didn't know, it is National Singles Week, and cuffing season, as we all know, is right around the corner.
Yeah, which means it's a good time of the year for anyone looking for love. Well, so this morning it's time for all of us to take it to another level and talk about dating in the DMV. Here to help us with it is author and relationship expert Chanel Sky. Good to see you.
Yes, it's so great to be here with you guys.
Welcome.
Well, listen, one of the things that I just want to take a moment to just honor is the fact that there is a day for single folks to just be single.
A whole week.
A whole week.
Yeah.
I think there's just such a bad rep that comes with being single. People kind of shame you a little bit for being single.
Yes.
How do we kind of wash that away?
Well, the first thing that we have to do is we have to prepare for a relationship. And I like to talk about ways in which we can prepare so that we're not single forever. And so I think that if we do the homework, if we do the work, then we don't have to worry about being shamed, right? Because we're ready and we're prepared for a relationship.
And so what does that process look like when it comes to just some self-reflection and also some self-growth during that time? Because it can be a beneficial time for many of us.
So before we even think about being in a relationship, the first thing we need to do is tap into purpose. We need to know our assignment. We need to know who we are. We need to know our identity so that if we are disappointed, we're not going to fall apart. We're not going to lose it because we're good with us. I'm good with me. So if you don't like me, it's okay if you don't like me, you know, because I like myself.
How does one even tap into their purpose?
The question that you have to ask yourself is, what do I enjoy doing if I never received one paycheck? What could I see myself doing? If money was not an object, if that wasn't an issue and I could do whatever I like doing, what would that be? Hone in on those skills and develop that.
I love that homework assignment, and with it being Singles Week, what's something else that you can encourage singles to do this week?
This week or just in general?
But they can get it started this week if they haven't started the process already.
Yes, I would say start with that question. Explore, do self-reflection. Think about the little things that you like doing that you're not even mindful that you're doing. One of the things that I learned about myself later on is that I had a gift to write. I didn't know that. People will always call and say, Chanel, can you write an essay for me or can you write a letter? And I'm like, why are they asking me to do that? And then later on, when I wrote my book, I'm like, oh, I'm gifted at this. I can actually write. So the thing is to find love within self, right? To learn self-love, to learn yourself, learn your likes and dislikes, because a lot of times relationships don't work because there is something empty on the inside of us. There's something that we're looking for or we're living vicariously through a relationship or through the illusion of what we think someone's potential is rather than living in reality.
That's the whole
potential.
Yeah, we get caught up with the potential.
I just want to get into the answer of this. So can people just remain single and not have the pressure of feeling like they need to be in a relationship?
If they want to be.
Now, do you think that that is healthy?
I think everybody is not going to be in a relationship. I mean, we know that, right? Everyone is not going to be in a relationship. But if you want to be, I'm talking to the people who want to be in a relationship.
But you know, everybody says they want to be, but you know, is it even
But everybody
applicable?
doesn't do the work, though. No. So if you don't do the work in this day and age, the way dating is set up now, you have to do the work. One of the things that I like to also talk about is that anybody can like you, but a person has to find value in you. It has to be one of those situations where you say, I can't breathe without this person. Like if this person left me, I would literally feel handicapped.
Do you feel that right away?
No, you don't feel that right away.
Okay, so how do you get there? Because a lot of times people give up before they even get to the value proposition.
Right, but you can learn that through conversation, like, do we have similar goals? Do we have a similar purpose? I believe that you connect with the right person when you're operating in purpose. Most times you have those situations where you're not even thinking about relationship and you're working on a project and you have that in common and then you guys are talking by default. We're having conversation. And then you're like, I like that. They're interesting.
We got a few things in common.
Yeah, we got some
why you giggling like that?
Oh, because I finally know what that feels like.
Well, talk to us about it.
Listen, the thing about me, it's about Singles Week in this card game. Go ahead and fill us in about our relationships matter and what we can gain from playing this game.
Yes, so with the Relationships Matter card game, it's a 2-deck card game. So one deck deals with navigating past pain and trauma. So as we know, the older we get, we pick up baggage, right? And a lot of times we go into new situations we have our representative on. So you don't learn about the past trauma until you have a situation. And then you're like, ooh, she's crazy, or he's a nut, right? So these questions are created to have that open, honest, transparent conversations.
Yeah.
It gives you the questions to ask. So you hone in, and then you find out, how can I support you when you're triggered?
I love
That's
this
the thing now.
Great way to get the conversation started, which may be a
Yes.
tough one for a lot of people who may not feel comfortable asking this.
And then
I
the
love
other
this.
one, sex. You can't forget that one. The other one is on conversation starters for couples on sex and relationships, where everybody may not be into what you into.
Yeah.
And then we need to know, are you willing to learn?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Relationships
Chanel
matter.
Scott, my goodness. It was such a joy to have you on the show.
Yeah. Thank you
Best
for
of
having
luck
me.
to you, and thank you for sharing all this with us.
You're welcome.
Your advice is going to stick with a lot of people, and they're going to be really happy when you follow her on Instagram and Facebook. She's got a lot to give you. All right,
Yes.
Chanel, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming.
for having
Come
me.
back to see us.
Absolutely. Yes.